All right, hopefully you can hear me. The lowest this one will go is 1.5 and the highest is 4.5. And now my look at this one, we mowed it at 2 inches. All right, I'm gonna drop this down to 1.5 inches to get that vanity, but it looks good. And like I said, guys, it's gonna look better once I edge it up and weed eat it, all that good stuff. But you clearly can see this yard full of weeds. All right, and mowing it like this, they won't get rid of the weeds. The problem with this is 2 weeks from now, she's gonna be calling, and well, not even 2 weeks from now, probably 4 or 5 days from now, the weeds are gonna come back, and it's gonna be Dallas grass, because there was a lot of that in here. And some of the other stuff, it's dying off slowly, but it's just gonna take a while to do. So, and just like that one over there, that was 1 inch. I said this was at 1 inch, but it's actually 1.5 inches, the lowest, and 5 inches. That's 1.5 inches and 4.5 inches highest. But that one wasn't as bumpy, but you still got some cut marks in it. So guys, you're gonna have to get rid of the weeds. You're gonna have to mow more often. You're gonna have to mow more often. You're gonna have to mow often to achieve that cut. Now, when you're looking at this lawn and looking at my home lawn, and this is one reason why I don't service yards in my neighborhood, is because they want it cut every 2 weeks, but they want their yard to look like mine, and I'm cutting my yard every 2 to 3 days or 3 to 4 days. I'm fertilizing it once a month, spoon feeding it with stuff, just all kinds of stuff. And you're not going to get that YouTube lawn with just somebody coming over mowing every 2 weeks. You know, generally I try to get them on a every 10-day program. If you can get them on that, that's even better. But you got to get the weeds out the lawn, guys. That's the only way that you're gonna make that yard look good. You got to get the weeds out the lawn. Let me hit this strip right here, and that'll be the end of this mowing simulator. And for those of you all in the comments about I effed up that front, I didn't F it up, guys. It's Bermuda grass. It's gonna grow back, but I had to get it down to show you guys. Stop looking at these videos telling you to cut it to the white meat, and your yard ends up looking like that, and you're waiting for it to recover. Cut it at the height, that way you're not scraping the ground. I'm talking about right at that. So you might have to cut your grass 2.5 inches. All right, there's no shame in 2.5 inch Bermuda, or even 3 inch. But when you start going 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then we got to talk about it. So let me hit this little strip over here. Right here, I dropped it down to 1.5 inches, and check that out. All right, guys, hopefully if you like stick edging, and listen guys, this is my stick edger simulator right here. Well, it's not simulated, it's real life. One thing I like to do before I start, guys, I like to get a fresh blade on here, and you can look at and see the difference. Look at that, that's about 1/2 inch right there. So I always try to get a fresh blade on here, and guys, I've been doing it so freaking long, I don't even need to stick that little thing in now. And always just, you know, they got a little hole and all that stuff you stick that little rod in. But when you got these man-ass hands like me, you don't need that. All right, so you take that off. Or it's like to put a fresh blade on now. You know, that way, generally I can get about, I say about 10 yards with one blade. I probably can get 15, but I just, you know, it's part of the show, guys. You gotta make it look good. So make sure that's tightened up on that. All right. And I want to answer this question real quick. This weed eater head you see right here, this is an OG. You don't even see them with 2 wheels on anymore. This is a steel combi unit head, and that right there is where you change put new gear oil in there. Now I had one guy come into my, oh, you don't never need to change that. That's an absolute false. Once a year, unscrew that, make sure all this is clean before you do that. You don't want no dirt to go in there. They actually got a tube that you just screw in, squeeze the grease in Take it out, screw that back in, you're good to go. I bought this in 1998, and here we are 2022, so it's what, 24 years old. All right, so, and I need to replace that bubble. It's cracked right there. I got one. Let me tell you this too, guys. When I start, I like to walk and keep going. So if you look at it, I'm gonna go, hit that, come back down, hit that, go back up, go up there. I'm gonna walk over there, come, you'll see. And make sure you got gas in it, guys, because the worst thing that can happen is you get to East Africa and run out of gas. All right, and for those who say, why aren't you using battery for this? I got one, but it's not cutting it. All right, so when I'm doing it at home with that home lawnmower, don't get it twisted, guys. Don't try to throw words in my mouth. I'm staying with gas right now until they come out with a more powerful batteries. Those home lawnmowers, if you cut your grass like you're supposed to, battery is the way to go, and it's gonna be the only way soon. Hey guys, this thing is so old. You see this right here? This used to be so when you weed eat, excuse me, when you stick edge, you would pull this or hold it like this. All right, now the newer ones, you see that little cricket ass stick coming all the way up here like a handlebar. But originally they had them on here, and that's for you to, when you weed eat, excuse me, I keep saying weed eat, stick edges, to pull it onto the metal, onto the concrete, so you can get that straight line. Now look at that line. Look at that line. And for those of you who like to use a string trimmer, keep doing it. I will put my stick edger against anybody on the internet, YouTube, I don't care who lawn care service you got. This stick edger is gonna give you a straighter line than you're gonna get from weed eating. It looks good in the video, but if you put the microscope on it, or I want you guys to do this, next time you see those guys doing those videos, watch how that head wobbles as they go. Get closer down to it, the gap is going to be that big instead of this thin right here. Back to the program. You can see that's the string trimmer. Look how big that gap is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put mine right here. I want you to see how big the string trimmer gap is versus the stick edger. Now look how crispy that line is. Grass is still on top of the grass. Whereas the string trimmer, when they hit it, they put it at an angle, and it's just, it F's the grass up, man. I'm sorry. Back to the program, guys. see that line. Right here, I'm gonna just come back with the weed eater and level it out. I'm not gonna turn the weeder sideways because I have no reason to. All right, then we'll walk around here. And hopefully you guys, you saw my Lawn Mower Simulator real life, and you'll find out why it's scalped up like that. Link is in the corner. Alright guys, in order to make that line look even better, let me show you this, and it's gonna be short and sweet. What I do is take my weed eater and I give it I call it a lawn fade. Just like your barber, if you're a black guy and you know what white guys get them too, you know what a fade is. That's why it's lighter and darker. I try to make that fade just perfect so you really can't tell, but what I want to do is get those loose ends off that rounded part. Alright, and guys, if you're watching this and you want to know what this is C26 auto feed head. Got a video for that right there. Click on the link in the right corner, or just wait till the end of the video and then click away, guys. But once I do that, and I come back, I get my blower. Okay, yeah, this is the 800C. Should be on my back, crank it up, but sometimes I don't want to crank up when it's on my back. Then I gotta take it back off, so I still do it the old-fashioned way. This stick edging simulator, whatever you want to call it, guys, I showed you how to get those crispy lines right there, guys. And I'll walk back over here so you can see it again. And like I said, the key to it is using the stick edger, guys. If you're new to lawn carrier, first time landscaper, don't fall for the string trimmer videos. I like them, don't get me wrong, I watch them, but when you're out here trying to get it done, get this string trimmer. You're gonna get, get the stick edger. You're gonna get a perfectly straight line, almost foolproof, guys. And the reason you see the guys using those is because as a landscaper, it's a whole lot easier to have one machine that can do two things, but it's not gonna do it perfectly. I'm sorry. You know, when I'm out here and I got BYD Junior or whoever's working with me, first thing I make them do when we get to the property is stick edge. Go ahead, beat that up. Make sure it's filled up and the gas tank, and go ahead and hit that stick edge and give me that crispy line. Then I'll come over with the mower, then you come back with the weed eater, give it that lawn barber fade, and you're good to go. Guys, if any of these videos help you guys, make sure you click on one of the videos in the corner. You're tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. This is Mike Bowman. I'll talk to you.